I'm standing to be a Garff Commissioner for 3 reasons. The first two is to give back to the community and obviously the issue with the Windfarm. But these 2 points are going to be ubiquitous with all the candidates that are standing, or at least they should be, as they are the biggest questions on people's minds at the moment. The third reason is to try and combat some of the political apathy on the Isle of Man, which we're fairly laid back over here. It's fantastic. I mean, I'm Manx born and bred, and Treadler I've got as a poster on my wall. But when it comes to things like the Windfarm or the sewage plant in Laxey, it's something that really does go against us sometimes, because people just will assume, oh, it'll be fine, it'll work itself out. And unfortunately, in the world that we're coming into in the next coming years, things like the Windfarm and just energy in general around Europe is going to be a massive, massive issue. And it's something that we really are going to have to take more of an attention with. And people are going to have to start being a little bit more active with their local community and their politics. And if not, you'll be paying for it for generations. I mean, a big thing I can see with the wind farm already is if we have to actually buy the energy back from the UK, because currently we don't have any agreement with Ørsted that we'd get the power from the wind farm. It would go entirely to the UK. And we would not be subject to the energy price cap. So we'd be buying it at pure market rate, which would essentially just push up costs for the island.
What made you decide to stand? Was there anything in particular that you thought, yes, I can solve that, or that's something I can help resolve? Any kind of local issues that have come up?
The sewage farm, really, which is, a very beautiful topic to speak about. The original proposal of having it down where the chalets were on Laxey Shore obviously wouldn't have been an ideal solution for everyone, because it's in a fairly built-up place. And smell was an issue that was brought up, but I think that could definitely be combated with carbon filters from the air output. But to put it on Axenfell, which is out of the way of everyone, the issue then is the pumping of that massive water up there, which is not a small quantity. It's 1.5 to 4 million litres a day, through 6 pumping stations up and 6 pumping stations down. And I've not heard a single person say, what happens when one of those pumps breaks? Glen Road's already been flooded once before, and, well, I prefer it not be flooded again like that.
What would you like to achieve if you're elected to the board?
One thing that I would definitely like to do is a return of some paper services around the Garff area, because currently if you need to do your car tax licensing or even rates, and you are not a tech-savvy person, which I'm more than happy to help people, but I can't do the entirety of Garff by myself. So having some sort of service in the village to help out those who don't have the technical ability to actually go online and register. Or, people will say, oh, well, why can't they have their family do it? Well, some people might be estranged from their family. They might have family that live in the UK that don't have ready access to come home and help them with that. And I'm all for, a digitisation of services. But you can't leave people behind just for the sake of it's more convenient to have it online.
What experiences do you have that mean you think you'd be a good commissioner or a good fit for the role for Lonan Ward and also the wider Garff area as well?
So my experience of dealing with the whole area is, over COVID, I was part of Laxey Lifeline, and that was going out and delivering people's shopping, their medicine, and really whatever they needed. Had a brief stint with Camellies delivering lobsters and queenies, which was very nice.
But what do you think are the other main issues facing Lonan residents and Garff residents as a whole? Is there anything that's come up while you've been out canvassing, or that you just know of as a resident yourself?
So for the issues that I've seen and people have come up to me to tell me, one is bins around Laxey. I've noticed bins that have either been taken down or they're more of the older style where wildlife can still get in and they can still basically throw the rubbish everywhere, and that it makes the village and local area look worse. Another big one is loss of services. It's not just paper service, but it's your penny banks, your mobile libraries. It's bits like that which are maybe small for some people who can, just go out and about, get in the car. If they want to go to a library, they can go to Ramsey Library. If they need to go to a bank, they go to HSBC in Strand Street. But for those that don't have such mobility, or they can't drive, or they've even given it up because they are considerate of other road users, these were vital services for them. And they've just disappeared now, and there's nothing there to replace them.
What are the key points on your manifesto that you'd like people to know?
The key points on my manifesto is going to be the wind farm. I think not even if you live in Garff, you should be finding more out about this, because there's not been a great deal of transparency. I've been speaking to Richard Henthorne, who's the current chairman of Garff Commissioners, and the amount of documents and the time, because Ørsted didn't even grant them the technical documents to read through. And I think they had a couple of weeks before the deadline, and it's about 10 binders worth. They had to go to Ramsey Library themselves to pick up copies to then review themselves. And it's going to affect everyone, whether you're on the east of the island, the west of the island, the north or the south. It will affect you. To my knowledge, there is not another energy project planned on the Isle of Man, and Paul Rose Power Station is, I believe, at end of life 2035. So now is the time for any other projects to really be started up. And if that is the only thing we've got, it is going to be a massive issue. So another point I'd really like people to know about is the sewage farm. Because the old proposal of having it down the beach, while not to some people's tastes, and I'm quite happy that people did have the opportunity to change that, which is a really good sign for hopefully stopping the wind farm. But to put it on Axenfell and just the increased cost that is going to then put on to the people of Garff is definitely something that people should be aware about. That it's not just a case of we moved it from A to B. We've moved it from A to B, and there's going to be an increased cost associated with that, which is you're directly going to have to pay. The return of just more services to the village and local area, because people do rely on these. You might not use them, but your gran might, your mate's gran might. Some people might just do themselves, even if they're younger. I'd actually quite like a public library to go round, because I do enjoy reading, and the fact that it's not nearby and it's not there means it's an opportunity that is missed out for children of Laxey that have an interest in reading and just don't want to do it on their phones. They want something paper and real.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider, so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.